Assalamu alaikum all, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Joke here. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you very much for stopping by. I create content around my Islamic faith. I talk about healthy living, healthy eating, ways of improving your lifestyle, which includes little exercise someone who is as lazy as myself can incorporate into their day to ensure they lead a very healthy and rewarding lifestyle. Sometimes I bring talks around issues that affect us every day. It could be related to life or death or living. I have a few videos on here talking about marriages. Please check them out. I will link them up in a card above me. I don't know if it goes here or here, but I will definitely link them up there for you to see. And I hope you subscribe to my channel before you leave today. Today's video is a little bit different to what I've done previously. I'm reviewing a movie. I'm talking about the Islamic movie, A Date with Asmau by Kafidipe Productions, I think they're called. I will definitely link the video down in the description box below so you can watch it if you've not seen or heard about it before now. I'm not going to start off by saying if it's a good or a terrible movie. I'm going to tell you initially the things I didn't like about the film, and then I will conclude with the things which I think are the highlights and the high points in the movie. Without wasting any more time, I'll get my note because I made some notes when I was watching it. So at the start of the film, they immediately referred to domestic violence. And as I was watching the film, I realized actors could be better, but they were passing a message which we definitely need. Not long after, they talked about polygyny, and then there was also a talk about a child who is betting and who is meant to be the heir when his dad passes on. It became quite apparent, maybe in the first 20-30 minutes, that they were talking about too many things. There was a lot of lessons they were imparting on people. It was too much information immediately in that one film. I also noted that the hosts reacted to a guest. I mean, Asmau we know she doesn't like polygyny. She didn't hide that from us, the viewers. And as the host of the show, she mentioned that all her fans of the show are aware of what her stance on polygyny is. We're aware of that. And she had a guest who was addressing a part of the issue of polygyny in Islam. Her reaction to the host is definitely not one a host should be having when they have a guest sat beside them. She was rolling her eyes, turning to the side, doing all that sort of thing, which a host should not be doing when they have a guest on their show. I don't know if they did that because it's acting, or maybe that's how some hosts are like in real life when they're interviewing somebody and they don't agree with their points. But I think that really was something I didn't like about it. So we move on in the film and we saw a wife who was choosing somebody she thought should be a good second wife for her husband. And they also addressed how a husband called off the nikah to a second wife because of the way his wife was reacting to the news. We then went on to see again how a second wife, she became somebody who's no longer nice, because the portrayal of this character when she was single, a learned person in Islam, she knows quite a lot of things as an alim, that sort of thing. And then she became a second wife. She was not being very accommodating to the first wife, and the first wife, obviously, she regretted suggesting to her husband to marry this woman. There was also some talks about women in public life and what Islam thinks about that, how there were varying views on that. So those are the things that were mentioned in the film. On the whole, they were really good points, but personally, I felt talking about domestic violence, polygyny, somebody who's betting, maybe potentially become addicted to betting, they didn't address if the son became an addict or not, and being his heir. Also, they mentioned something which I had never heard of before. I mean, we always learn, don't we? The case of the domestic violence was mentioned at the start. It was in relation to a delayed ejaculation issue the husband have. They mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there were about 10 themes in the film. I don't think there's any need for there to be that much content in that one film that they're trying to address. Those are the negatives of that film I'm bringing to you. I'll now go on and let you in on what I think are the positives of the film. So what are the things I class as the positives in that film? I loved it. You know, the film was done with I'm not 100% sure, but at least a 95% Muslim cast, and I'm sure the crew as well were Muslims. Not taking away from the fact that other people can act, but it's high time we saw a realistic representation of Muslims in the movie industry. So well done, Kafidipe Productions. I really, really, really cannot wait to see more of what you have in store for us. The messages you pass to us to make us understand. And the explanation of the polygyny was so in-depth that if, as a Muslim, you were having doubts about why it is in Islam, you will definitely have second thoughts. The Sheikh, who was the guest, explained to us, the viewers, from the perspective of a man, why, you know, the benefits, or maybe why a man may want to do it and why a man shouldn't go into it. They talked about the benefits as well for the woman, and for women who want to do it and for women who shouldn't do it, and how men should do it with, you know, try to make sure they get their wife on board, not doing it without the consent of their wife, because you're going to be living with these two women. So, you know, you need to have them both in sync with each other. They talked about therapy in Islamic context. That was fabulous to see. I absolutely loved that. I loved seeing Aisha Adams in her element as well. That was really good to see. So definitely more of that to come. And what struck me as well, and I loved that, was when, I think it was, I'm not going to be giving away any spoilers, definitely not, because I want you all to watch this film. I think it was when, this woman who was quite rude. Yeah, that was also something I forgot to mention in the earlier. So there was a woman, okay, the mom of the boy who was betting. She was not a very nice woman to her husband. I think the first 10, 15 years of her being married to her husband, she wasn't respectful of her husband, and I think that's another topic we need to look at in our community. So because of the way she was to her husband ended up leaving the home and he got married to a second wife. So what I want to get at is they showed us the husband's vulnerability. He actually cried, which a lot of men think when you cry, when you show emotions, why? Because somebody hurt you, it shows you're a weakling. It doesn't show you are a weakling. It shows you are human. You have feelings, and we need to see that for people to appreciate. I think it makes you understand we are all humans, because that person who's not being nice to you while they're doing something, they may not necessarily realize they are treating you in that way. But when you show emotions in your relationship, it gives people opportunity to pause in how they treat you. I hope you're enjoying this review so far. If you are do not forget to click on the like button. I definitely want the opportunity that YouTube would give my video to be shown to other people, and that would only happen when you click on the like button. Other people who are watching similar content will then be shown my video, and explored also those men that take secret wives. The effect is when they die. I know in the Muslim Yoruba community, it's quite a big thing where men die. One wife finds out that she's no longer, she's never been the only wife in this man's life. Delayed ejaculation issue. I don't know how bad it is, or because like I said, I never heard about it, but I think it's a really good topic that they explored there. And the fact that the husband was able to then speak out, because that a lot of people believe that do not speak out, do not talk about anything that's going on in your marriage. Well, if you have serious issues going on in your marriage, you definitely need to speak out, because speaking out helps people to help you. If you don't know how to help yourself and you don't speak out, how is there going to be a resolution in the marriage? For example, that woman was ready to leave her marriage, but luckily she was able to seek help, and then she stayed in the marriage because the issues she was having in a marriage did not need her to leave. So all it needed was speaking out to somebody who will then get them the right help. The Islamic understanding of all the characters in the film was just something beautiful. I loved. Kafidipe Productions, please give us more. You've given us this one. We don't want to wait 3 years, 2 years, even 1 year before we get another dose of your amazing work. Give it to us right now. We are waiting. It's an amazing video you made for us. I hope you've enjoyed my review today. If you have, don't forget to click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell while you're at it, and also do me that favor of sharing this video with somebody. A date with Asmau. I enjoyed it, and I hope you will enjoy it when you do watch it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.